In this short video, I'm going to go over how to create hyperlinks in a text box in Moodle 3. You can use hyperlinks in any area that has a text box, whether you're an instructor creating assignments or pages, or you're a student entering links to homework, perhaps saved on the cloud, or you're working in a discussion forum and you want to share a link to a web page. In this demonstration, I'm going to make a new page on a week of my class. All of the text boxes that we enter information into are the same. They have the same tools at the top of them. I'm going to assume you know how to get to this point in whatever you are working with, whether you're making an assignment or working in a discussion forum or entering homework. So here in the content area, I'm going to put a couple of hyperlinks. Moodle 3 has made adding hyperlinks a lot easier because it has eliminated some of the extraneous information about those links that previous versions had. So you're going to need to have some text or an image that is linkable. I'm just going to work with text. It's the most basic thing. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write some text and I'm going to link it to a website. So I'm going to write some text that says this is the home page for CCV, period. And I'm going to make this part of the text in that sentence linkable to the home page for CCV. So whatever text I want to make linkable, I have to select first. Just as if I was going to make it bold or italic or change its size or change its color, I'd have to select it to apply the attribute to it. And so rather than bold as an attribute, I'm going to apply hyperlink as an attribute. And the hyperlink tools are in this group here that look like a chain. We can either link or unlink things. So we create a link by having the selected text and pressing the link button. Then I can enter the URL that I want to go to. And if I want this to open up in a new window, I can check this box. And for this one, I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you what happens when we don't do that in the next link that I'm going to make. And then I can hit Create Link. And when I click off of that, you can see that the text is a different color, and when my mouse hovers over it, it acts like a hyperlink. We're not going to do anything with this until we actually save this page, and then we can see how they work outside the text box. Sometimes you might want to link maybe to a Google Doc or an Office 365 file that you have a share link for. So I'm going to type some text in here like that. And I can either do that or I could just paste a hyperlink. So here I have a Google document that I was working with. To get the link to this Google document, it is kind of up in the address bar, but I recommend you use the share button. And it gives you the link here. You can also click the copy link button, and you can see it alerts us that the link has been copied to the clipboard. Notice by using tabs in my browser, I can go back to the page where I am working on my homework, and I could hold the control key down and temporarily press the V key to paste that text from that link there. And then I could select that text, press the link button up here to make it a link. Again, use Control V, holding the control key and just pressing the V key once while I'm holding the control key. And that will make a link to that file. This time I'm going to create the link without checking the Open New Window box. While I'm at it, I'm going to make another link by selecting the words My Famous People file here in the text editor. And I'm going to press the link button. Again, I'm going to hold the control key, press V. This time I will have it open in a new window, and I'll select Create Link. So I've created 3 links in this text box. One I typed in the home page, one I have some famous people file, and then the third one is that same file, but just the actual URL. Paste the whole URL made into a link. I can also look and see what that... Let's also take a moment to look at what the repository file is. So I'm just going to type the text repository file, and I'm going to Click the link button again, and I'm going to browse the repositories. So this allows me to look at things that are in the file picker. I could choose a file on my computer, which won't work very well because other people don't have access to my computer. I could find a file on YouTube and link to that. I could look at files that are here on the server that I have created, such as some images that I've uploaded to discussion forum recently. So maybe if I want to repeat that and link that here, I could select that, and I could say select that file. And so that link will link to that now. So I'm going to go ahead and display this test page that I made in week 3. And this is what it looks like. And we can see the links showing up that I made in that text box. If I click on the first link, that will open the home page for CCV in a new tab. Even though I click the in a new window box, most browsers will treat that as opening a new tab. We can see I still have the original tab with my test page, and it opened a new page for this material. I recommend that unless you've been instructed otherwise, you should always go ahead and click that open in a new window button. I'm going to close that tab and that tab, so you just have the test page. I'm going to click on this link, which was to my famous people file, and that was also set to open a new page. But the other famous people file link was not set to open in a new page. It was set to open in this page. Notice what happens there. It comes up instead of the page that I was on. So in order to go back to my assignment or whatever I'm reading, I have to use the back button. And then finally, we can click on the repository file, and that opens up this image about keystone effect here in the window. I did not have an option to make that open in a new tab. So that is how you use the text editor to make your text into hyperlinks.